on this GSC. I wasn't really planning on filming it, so this is why I'm doing an intro now. The budget-friendly Super C that we bought has a problem with the throttle. No throttle response at all. Did some research, found out there's a return/actuator spring inside the governor. Yesterday, Tractor said you can get it anywhere. I ended up buying the part on Steiner. It's just a little spring, about $12. So check out the video and follow me along here. I'm gonna flip the camera around and go through the tractor, but I already have the hood off, I have the grill off, and I'm starting to get down to the governor, and that way we can explain the repair process. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out, and good luck. You have the hood off, you have the grill off. I'm gonna take the shroud out of the way. We're trying to get down to the governor here to replace our actuator spring inside, so helps to get this shroud out of the way. That way you can get in your bolts on the back side here. So they go all the way through. These are 1/2 inch, and we'll get these pulled out. Now we came around to the other side, took our other 2 bolts out to go through. Now I need to get this bracket off here, which appears to be that nut right there. So I'm gonna pull him off. It seems it's a 9/16, where the others were a 1/2. So I'll grab a 9/16, get this out of here, and hopefully get down to the governor. Everything is out. That brace is off, shroud's off, grill, hood. Problem I'm having is I have no throttle control on this tractor. And there's a spring inside here that's supposed to be a coupler that hooks this side to the other side. So I'm now gonna grab my 9/16 and work on pulling these off and see if I can get this cover off here. And then we can determine what's broken, what's not. Disconnect your throttle lever here, make this all free, and start with your 1/2 inch bolts to start getting the governor off. Should be 4 or 5 total. 5 bolts later, you can get into your governor, and look at that! The spring is in fact broken, as everybody on yesterday's tractors indicated. So the good news is that you can buy these springs from old Steiner, and they're like 12 bucks. I'm sure I could have gone to the hardware store, but I got the actual IH spring. So now I'll go ahead and peel this thing open enough I can get the spring on here and hopefully have a tractor that works in the next 15 minutes. Here's my old spring. It's good and broke and very uncoiled. Here's my new spring. So they attach here and on that peg down there. So I need to get this thing pulled up enough that I can loop this new spring on from this direction, get him in, get him up here, and hopefully this governor is going to be in good shape. So it's easier to take this arm off. It's 9/16, spin this off, and then get your spring on, and then I'll show you the alignment when I'm done. So you pull that arm off, and that way you can slip your spring on and get him to the back. Otherwise you can't get it in there. So this is all assembled now, and my linkage all moves like it's supposed to. So now I should be able to put this back in the tractor, and we'll make sure everything lines up the way it used to. Fire it up and see if we have throttle control on the old Super C. Now I'm gonna try to get it realigned. I'm gonna put this up in place, push our governor in like it's supposed to be. I've got linkage on the other side disconnected. It's free float. Now we can get this thing lined up. I'll line her up and start getting bolts back in. After a minor arm wrestle, try to set the throttle to idle, got everything pushed back in place. Now I just gotta go ahead and finish getting these bolts in. Linkage to the carbs on. Linkage with the governor's on. Now if I pull throttle, oh, it has actual feedback. So I guess I could just try to wake the neighbors here, scare everybody. Tractor's in neutral, it's in idle. It's gonna be a little loud. All of our shields are back on. This is the 9/16 bolt. These are the 1/2 inch. They go all the way through. Governor's on. Linkages are on. We know it runs. Just got to get it cleaned up here and put the rest of it back together. You grab the grill shell here and slip him over the front. Put that back on. Pop the hood back on, muffler, and then maybe go play with it. For your grill shell, it's a 9/16 here, down here, and up here. And take your radiator cap off. It slips over, drops on. And the hood pretty much slides over. You got to take the muffler and air breather off, and these are what hold it all together. You just got to turn them. If you remember which way they go. There. They only go one way. Alright. Those are your hood hold downs. I'll have to re-gap the hood because I think I put it in the wrong spot a little bit. That's okay. But you get the gist for the body panels. And now we'll button her up, fire her up, and see how it drives. All the fixings are on. Go ahead and fire it up. Cool. Well, I'd say the Super C's got throttle again. The governor was definitely the problem. And now we can rake hay and do tractor things again with it. We fixed it, honey. So as you can see, that worked. The tractor runs, it's functional. I took it around the field, I took it down the road and back. Runs great. I've got full throttle response again. When we bought it, only had about 50% throttle. I thought that was kind of odd. So it turns out the spring broke on both ends and was very stretched out. So if you've got a Super C, A, B, even an H or an M, and you've got throttle response issues, it may or may not be that governor spring. You never know. I know for certain that the C's, A through C is all the same. So if you need one, check them out. Steiner, yesterday's tractors got them. Like I said, they're about 12 bucks. And as you can see, it's really not a bad job. It took me about an hour. Hopefully this helps you guys out, and thanks for watching.